Yeah, so you want to indicate the commonalities and differences in the between the various positions, right? But it's really so, they might what might happen or usually happens is, right, a person makes an argument and then they disagree with one of the other interlocutors in the dialogue, but they don't disagree completely. They disagree with, if there's 3 points being made, maybe they disagree with two out of the three. And so, you know, where there's commonality, that's a place for dialogue, for building synthesis or a new idea. So ultimately, you want the the interlocutors not to be set on their own idea. Yes, they're willing to question it. They're willing to think about it in a different way, right? And so if you create interlocutors like that, then you create more of, a dialogue, right? If you just have people that have made their minds up, can't move at all, they only think about one way about the thing, then you're going to have a really boring non-dialogue, okay? And the trick is to voice the textual logic of each character through their interpretations of the event and scene. So again, you have some common scene that they're all looking at. It's like, how can you take the interlocutor's philosophy and then, translate it into how they would look at that scene? Okay. So those are just some of the keywords um, for it. And then for the criticals, right? I've given you some thoughts on logic here. So this is like beyond logical structure. There is like the logic of why you do things. And so I've listed these things here. You might find these helpful. I'm not going to talk about them because I'm getting a little late in the podcast as it is. So I'll let you look at that. The only other thing I would point out here is in the dialogue, there's different forms of dialogue, and we again will practice this before the next exam. Okay, right. So that's the basic idea on the basic overview, the basic forensics of the exam. So what's next? So the next exam, again, will not be curved, nor the final exam, right? So keep that in mind. The best practice for an exam is the voice thread, okay? And before exam two, which is now scheduled to begin on November 8th, we will review and rehearse all the things that are on the exam, all the things that I just talked about here, right? So we will practice that before you actually take the exam. Okay, so that's what you have to look forward to. Thanks.